Hi there, welcome back to Being Your Ray. I hope you're doing well. And for today's episode, I want to talk a little about this term that has been floating around for a while called lazy but ambitious. And I used to think I was a lazy, ambitious person, but I have come to realize that isn't the case. I'm only lazy about things that are not igniting any emotion out of me. But when it comes to things that make me feel something, make me better than who I already was, and just are fun to do, I can be productive while doing those. So if you tell me these are all the tasks that I need to get done in the day, and I only get one done, that does not mean I'm lazy. That just means that everything else does not interest me enough to put my time, energy, and attention into. But there's this one thing that when I do it, it increases the quality of my life. It does not require crazy amount of effort where I need to keep telling my brain that bus 2 minute or and it will be done. I think the one activity that took a lot of effort and had literally no reward for me was studying. I hated it. And I love reading. I love learning about new things. I am talking about the kind of studying you do for entrance exams and college exams. So, yeah, if that is being called lazy, then I am lazy. But you get the point. Now I have just segregated it as these are things that do not add anything to my life. In fact, it only subtracts all the energy that I already have. So, why am I gonna do it in the first place? It doesn't mean I'm lazy. It's just that I'm not passionate about it, or I don't feel like doing it adds any value to my life. It only keeps degrading me in every way possible. So, I'm obviously not going to be inclined to do that thing or task, sorry. So people like us get a lot of bad rep because most things are not fun and exciting. And then there's this thing like, okay, no, you need to have discipline and do the boring tasks. But yeah, okay. So boringness is very subjective. Like what I find boring, you might not. And if that works out for you, if it makes your life better, please go ahead and do it. Don't ask me to do it and term me as lazy because we have our different versions of what seems like the right thing to do, and our definition matches our definition of ambition. So, yeah, if not getting good grades in college is termed as lazy, I am lazy. But if reading, journaling, meditating, podcasting, I don't think I do a better job at it, but still, I enjoy doing it. So, I'm going to add it as an activity in this section. Forming communities. If that is ambition, then yeah, I am ambitious. So I believe none of us are lazy. We just haven't found activities that energize us to the level that we'll give up everything else that is at our disposal. It's just that we don't want to force ourselves in building discipline for activities that leave us all the more bored and soul sucking. I don't know if that is even a word, but that is exactly how I feel when I need to do something that is just not in line with who I am. So, yeah, it's perfectly okay to be lazy in terms of what does not interest you. But if there is something that you find interesting, even a slightest bit, you need to go after it. You need to find more ways to build on that experience because at the end of it all of us want more and more enriching experiences in our lives. And if we even get a spark of that experience, it is our responsibility to keep making an effort to have that experience over and over again. For example, I love reading. I'm currently reading this book on yoga, the Patanjali Yoga Sutras by Osho. Like he has given an in-depth explanation of it all, and it has 10 volumes. And I'm on the second one right now. And there is nothing that has sucked me into, like, I'm so engrossed in that book. The moment I start reading it, everything around me disappears. It's just me, this book, and the experience that I'm having. I am fully present, and you wouldn't consider reading specifically as taking any effort or something like that. But for me, it is just like, okay, this activity piques my interest and it evokes something out of me. So I don't have to think about doing it. It's just the pull that it creates in my life that I can't live without it. I can't breathe without it. So, yeah, once I follow that interest, I come across an idea or something that is said in the book that opens my mind, and then I want to journal about it. So, it has led me to a different activity which involves active contemplation or some effort on my end. So now I'm involved than I previously was. And after I journal something or after I read something, I like to talk about it. So I come and record a video or sorry, I come and record an audio over here and just share my thoughts with whatever I have been going through personally in my life or whatever seems interesting to me. And now I have this other activity that helps me share something with the world and is not just limited to me. It has now extended to people as well. So I've unknowingly created these chains of habits without forcing myself to stick to it. It's just following my interests, following my curiosity, and that leading me to all these different avenues. So that is the goal. At the base of it, you need to gain something out of it. You need to have that life expanding experience to be able to be disciplined at something, to be able to be so sorry. But yeah, if I need to be disciplined at something, I need to find an indirect way to do it. Otherwise, I'm not going to make it. So, yeah, instead of punishing myself about why can't I be more consistent and disciplined with these habits in my life, I just go ahead with what puts me in the state of flow naturally and choose it as many times as I can till the point it becomes an unconscious habit. So, yeah, if you have like a similar problem like mine, just take a second and ask yourself, am I being lazy or am I not as interested in the activity that I'm trying to do? And I do understand there are things that are beneficial for you but might not seem fun, exciting, and it can be boring. Of course, I do get it fully. But in those cases, I feel like it needs to be paired up with something that your brain is used to, or trying to make it as easy as possible to follow. So I hate working out, and I was just trying to find some way to move my body, which is also fun, but also does not feel like, okay, need to get to the point where I start hating the process altogether. And I found these energization exercises by Paramahansa Yogananda, who is like this huge meditation yoga master. Amazing, amazing stuff and teachings, by the way. And that takes about 15 minutes or something. But as a beginner, you can try with 5 minutes at least, and then adding more time as you go ahead. So these exercises, they don't just take less time, but they're so energizing, like in the name itself, like the name, they are absolutely a delight to follow through. And I don't feel like I am pushing my body to do things that I hate, but it feels like coming back to home in the most beautiful manner. So then it becomes like this less effort, high reward activity. And by less effort, I don't mean that it will be the same for everyone. For someone else who likes working out a lot and does not enjoy yoga and slow exercises, that person might hate it. And it would be a lot of effort for them to stay still and do yoga, or do something like slow moments. So, yeah, they don't need to do it and force themselves. It's okay what you do as long as it's your version of taking care of your body. So, yeah, my fight is only with the stereotypical way of going about things when we have so many options at hand that tailors to our needs. So, why not search for them and make things easier for us to be able to stick to it in the long run? I think I got a bit off topic, or not. I'm not sure. But yeah, for all of us who think and feel lazy yet ambitious at heart, I genuinely feel you're not lazy, really. You just maybe need to find better alternatives, and if possible, a person to do those activities with. Accountability is great. And I wish, oh yeah, like something that AI could do would be like this hologram of a person who is with me doing this activity and like pushing me to stay on the track, kind of a thing. Like doing an activity that I enjoy, not something that I have been forced to. That might change things a bit, because I can't expect a human to be available to me at all times and according to my convenience. So that would be a great thing to have. Just putting it out there. But yeah, I guess that's it for today's episode. If you made this far, thank you so much for listening. I hope you find some value out of it. And yeah, I'll end it here. I hope to see you in the next one.